So this week, the markets pulled back substantially on news that real estate giant Evergrande in China defaulted on its payments. I want to talk about why no one watching this video should be at all surprised at the pullbacks that we've had for September, as well as two bullish opportunities that I found this week. So without any further ado, let's get trading. Hey everyone, Tom Gentile. Welcome to Tom's Trading Room. You know what we do here. We show you how to spot rules-based opportunities, create alternative trading strategies around those opportunities, and plan, exit, and manage those trades. All right, do me a favor. If you've never seen us before, be sure to subscribe. The button's below. Also, like and share this video if you find it informative for you. All right, so we know what happened earlier in the week. Markets dropped quite a bit. Tech companies led the way down, but I want to talk about why no one in this room should be at all surprised at this. In fact, it has to do with that calendar right next to me. We're going to take a look at that calendar, and we're going to take a look at two bullish stocks that I found that hit the radar that we also are sharing with everybody in this community. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I'm looking at the money calendar here. I'm going to blow it up on the screen and give you guys a better view of this. So here we are, all right? This is the beginning of this week. And you can see that over the course of the rest of the week, we don't start to get really green. We really don't start to get really green until next week. I believe this big kickoff with China going down is a short-term thing. Although, taking myself out of the news, taking myself out of opinions of what people think about this, the calendar is already telling us that this is the most volatile week we're going into for the month of September. In fact, the month of September is not seen, we've seen highs much, much earlier on. In fact, if we were to look at this chart, you could see that, really going back to around the beginning of September, this is the 3rd of September. Since the 3rd of September, that was the highs for the actual month, and of course, the highs for the year. Now, where do we go moving forward? Again, like I said, I believe that we got to get through this week, and then we'll start to see more buyers come in as we head into the end of September and into the beginning of October. But I'm already finding buyers in two stocks, and I want to share those two stocks with you right now. So I wrote an article on this earlier in the week. It was called Two Stocks Attracting Bulls in the Midst of the Bloodbath. And what I'm talking about is I talk a little bit about the options themselves and how what we did was we did a scan on these options using our morning report. Our morning report is available to everybody. All you got to do is if you are using an iPhone or an Android device, all you have to do is just simply go out to the Google Play Store or the Apple iPhone store, and you can download it. What you're looking for is something called TG Suite. If you go find TG space, put a space in between TG and Suite, and you'll find this app. You can download it, and within that app, I've got some premium apps within the suite, but I've got an app called the Morning Report. Download that, and you can get the same stuff we got for these two particular stocks. Now, I talk about this in my Power Profit Trades article, and that's great, but here is the scan that I used right there for these stocks, all right? TNGA is the one I want to talk about first. And what we're looking at here, folks, is these are unusually high call option volume. So I'm looking at TNGA. The option in question is the January 21st, 2022 call option with a strike of 22. So we're looking at the Jan 21, 2022 calls, right? A lot of volume traded on these early in the week. So take a look at the chart and you can see what happened. This was where all that call option volume is happening. And look what the stock did shortly after that. Very next day, we get this jump, right? We get the jump on the stock. And I don't think this stock's done going higher, all right? I think that this is just the beginning, and we're looking for this to move up in a little bit higher up into the low to possibly mid-20s. And so we were looking at this and saying to ourselves, well, what were these January 2022 calls trading for? Now, from there, I want to go to my option tables. And in the option tables, looking at this TGNA, I want to go out to January. There's the Jan 2022 options. I'm going to go ahead and update this real quick. And I want to look at what those Jan 2022 calls are going for. Look at this. So now they've only traded a volume, very, very low volume today, as of this morning, only 42, but still have a high open interest. Right now, they're trading for $1 by $1.25. That is the Jan 2022 calls. Right now, again, stocks trading at $20.63. The expectation is that this is going to go to 24, which would create a double if you could get these for $1. If the 2022 options, if the 22 calls are trading for $1 and you expect it to go to 24, those 22 calls should be worth a minimum of $2. If you pay $1 for something that's worth $2, you double your money. The other stock we were looking at was American Airlines. Now, earlier in the week also, what happened was American Airlines, they were talking about lifting the regulations for travel if folks had a vaccine. And so there you go. They're already letting folks know that, long haul flights are now going to have eased regulations on them. And so far, we had a little bit of a bump up with AAL. We've had a bit of a pullback here. But again, we're looking farther out into the future using those 2022 options. So looking at the call options for American Airlines, let's see what their 2022 options are looking at. So I'm going to come all the way down, and you can see American Airlines has a lot more options that are available. There's the 2022 Jan 21st call options. So I'm going to highlight those. I'm going to update this. I'm going to show you what we see going out. And really, I got to go out about 20% on these. So I'm going to do that. Now what you're looking at is you're looking at calls on the left, puts on the right. Take a look. Again, the Jan 2022 calls with AAL are trading for $1.27. So we're looking at something that American Airlines is actually cheaper in price than our first stock, TGNA, but the volatility is much higher because we're dealing with something that's airlines that has a lot more news, that's more newsworthy. And so for this particular stock, if you felt that it was going to go to, let's say, 24 also, we could look at the Jan 20 calls and maybe a limit price in here if you were going to pick these 20 calls up for $2. If this stock were to go to 24, the 20 calls would be worth $4. If you paid $2 for them, another potential double. So in summary, yes, this market is dropping. No one should be surprised. We've been talking about this for weeks now and showing the money calendar and showing you the areas that look like they have the most potential for a pullback with volatility. But I also want to talk about a couple of stocks that I felt could go up while the market's getting shaky. Guys, if you like the video, show us some love. Give us a thumbs up below. Also, if you're new to us and you want to get these videos on a timely basis, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing back live streams in a big way real soon. I'll let you know about it in a post, and I'll talk to you then. Have a great day. Bye now.